welcome back to Beekeeping Basics with Danny. So we're back in the apiary. It's the 7th day, and as you can see, we have a new box. Yep. Like I say, I'm a beginner. You know, I started last year and had a hive swarm last year, and we had the hive that we was leaving for the period of time. But again, looking at the bigger picture, I think I've done that wrong. So in a nutshell, what I'd done was, or I'll reiterate actually what happened is that hive was booming over the period of when it was too cold really to get in there. Got in there, straight away we had queen cells emerge. So we'd done the split, we'd done a successful split. And I thought what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to leave that one. Hindsight, yeah, probably shouldn't have done. Had a number of queen cells in it. When I last saw it, was 4, maybe 5 queen cells in it. Yeah, the more queen cells you have, the more they're going to want to swarm. So what I should have done realistically is went in there, took them all down, maybe left 2, and then I might have reduced the swarm. But, you know, to be fair, what we can do here is see what they do, where they try to get out there the stuff that's gone in there from when we've done the collection. But, you know, to be fair, we could potentially overwinter this. Try to. I don't know if it's too early on in the season to overwinter that. It's obviously, I reckon it's got a virgin queen in it myself, because if it's come from there's no way she would have gone out and got mated that quick. It's 12 frames in there, no comb, no nothing, so it's going to take a good month before any brood starts coming out of that. So what we might do is see if another beekeeper wants it, because I don't really want to set up another hive, if I'm completely honest with you. 3's manageable enough for me. I don't really want to go to a 4th. So we'll see what we do with that. But it's come from there. I'm pretty damn sure it's come from that hive. But on that note, anyway, we've got these 2 to do inspections on. Last Saturday, I mean, where did 7 days go? It's crazy. But 7 days ago, we went into these. I doomed the camera again. Yeah. Done a successful video on that one, started with that one, and the SIM card run out. But we know all about that from watching the videos anyway. So what we'll do is, enough chatting, we'll start with the smaller one first, I reckon. So let's get in and have a look. Like I say, you know, I thought when I last went in these the other day, so I've done them both together. That's given me nice 7 days now to relax. Saturday when they swarmed was a busy day. And before you know it, a blink of an eyelid, we're back into looking at them again. But, you know, we enjoy it. Beekeepers, this is what we do. So let's get sorted out. Let's get the hive tool for a start. That would always help matters. And when we left with this last time, we did put brood frames in here, and yeah, so they've been given plenty of room. I've just noticed that one of these has come out of here. Not so sure what's happened to that one, but we will sort that out. So they've got room, effectively. It's probably got to be the beekeeper's worst job of all, is doing these frames when you've got to build them up. But these were the honeycomb frames. Marked them up red, other than the last one there. So yeah, they're not doing a lot. They've certainly not come up. They've not touched it in any which way or form. and they're busting with bees in there. So I don't know why they've not come up to that. We have another one that's decided to come out, so I might have to do a bit of messing with this to get these so this doesn't quite happen. It's sliding out, which is quite annoying. And they're absolutely busting with bees. I don't understand why they're not venturing up into that top box. Slightly strange. What we do is, as you can see, they are really, I don't know whether the camera shows down on it, but these are actually really full with bees. Don't understand why they're not coming up. I think I can't remember actually whether I'd given them empty frames in here. I can't remember what we actually done, but just make sure we have no queen on there before we start hanging this on the queen, on the frame holder. But it's full of nectar. Because it's so busy and they're not moved up. That's a nice... I can't remember whether this was just empty comb on here that we previously given them and they had to fill it out. I can't remember. But they're busy, certainly busy working on it. Looks to me like they've been busy combing all this out. Keeping an eye that our queen's not on here. Moving anything like that. If we can, try and get that bit of excess comb off there. And there was larvae in that, believe it or not. Just wasn't capped off. Okay. Might be beginning of drone larvae. What we'll do is probably was. And she's been laying up. We've got some lovely looking larvae in there. So maybe do have the smoker lit round the back there, and I've stoked it up a damn sight better this time and hope that it lasts a bit longer, because it's been running out on us just lately. It's been a bit annoying. And again, a nice bit of cat brood on that bit there. And on there, again, we remove that off of that. Doesn't need to be on there. It just makes it more awkward when we go to put them back in. Again, I think it had drone larvae in there. She's certainly been up here laying, because there's nice larvae in there. Keeping an eye out for the queen. And what we will be keeping an eye out for again is obviously any kind of swarm cells of any kind. Again, we get rid of that excess comb there. Doesn't need to be on there. The queen's certainly not on these up here. Fresh larvae in there again. It's full with bees. That's going to be drone brood at the bottom there, 100%. And it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh God, I don't know whether that's a queen cell there. Does look suspiciously like one. Could be the beginning of drone brood. It's relatively long. I mean, that is a normally what you call a, it could just be the start of, it does have an egg in there, so I'm going to take that off just for the minute. Again, going to lose that off. It could just be drone brood starting, but it could well be a queen cell, which would mean me having to do a split, which I'm really hoping I don't have to do. I've given them the room, so I don't know why they're all staying down the bottom. That is wall to wall there with cat brood, absolutely full to the brim, both sides. So I don't know why they've not reached up into that top. I've been there a week. Not seen the queen as yet. Do have a play cup there. Get rid of that. So yeah, I don't know why they're not moved up. Again, no queen. Filling them out with stalls nicely. And that's just again all stalls on there. No sighting of the queen, neither. Let's just try and remove the comb that they've built on the side. It's absolutely full with bees. I don't understand why they're not moving up to that top box. So, a little unusual. I'll put these back into order this time. So I don't like doing it not. There is a bit of larvae there, and it did have a varroa mite on it. But you will see that from time to time. They have been treated, you know, how the right way. So lots of bees on there. Like I said, I don't know why they're not coming up into this top box. We're going to put it onto top of that. And as you see, it's absolutely buzzing with bees. So I'm hoping Really am hoping that we don't find any swarm cells in here. Right, so what one do we take out first is the question. That's going to give us the room that we need. There's a break-up that's emerged just there, look. That's just stalls all in there. I'll just keep an eye out that our queen's not on that before I hang it. And again, I think this is just stalls because you tell by the weight. As soon as you lift it, extremely heavy. Yeah, just stalls on there. Move that over. Not seen our queen as yet. Keeping a lookout. We'll remove that off the top of there before I close this back up. But it's really hot today. It's a lovely day. It's Tuesday, 29th, I think. And it's about 24, 25 degrees, so it is very, very warm. And there's our queen just there. So she's doing what she needs to do. I'm going to check that there with a play cup going on. Always check your play cups, remove if possible. That's empty. That's empty. She's walking around doing her bit. We'll get that back in there. Safe and sound. We'll have a look at this next one. Close her back together. Absolutely chocker. That one is with cat brood both sides. Checking along the bottom side for any kind of swarm cell. That's absolutely chocker with cat brood. Being careful that we know our queen was on that frame. Now that we've seen our queen, at least we can now have a thorough check for any. Says that they are making, this is quite concerning, they are making play cups. I hope that's just not, you know, them deciding that sooner or later they're gonna decide to do a swarm on me. So we've got some larvae there. Always check it for any kind of varroa. Big cluster. Lots of pollen. Yellow, bright yellow pollen in there, lots of it. Big cluster of drone brood on that. You know, some beekeepers would take that clean off just to, you know, keep your varroa down, but I'll keep that on there. what we really need is these bees to start moving up into that other box, which I think, and I'll put that on the top of there, didn't I? Thought they had all moved up for a minute. That seems to look okay. We do have a little play cup there. We'll have a look in that. Better look. You know, the last thing you want to do really is go missing one of your play cups. Moving that off. Like I say, it's really warm. You know, we've come off to an excellent spring. Load more cat brood on there. It's really going to emerge sooner or later. This hive is going to really take off. It really is. So, really need to get up into this top box. At this moment in time, with these amount of bees now, I might even just move that super off, because I need to rectify the frames in it and just go and stick a brood box straight on the top of this hive. Give them plenty of room, hoping that they move up into it. Might just chuck some bees onto it when I put it on there. So I don't want this to swarm. I'm quite lucky at the moment. There's no, thank God, there's no swarm cells on it. Okay, so I'll get this back together. How it was. Being careful. Don't harm any bees, certainly not the queen. Just putting that back in there, so that's back to how it originally was. Keeping them all nice and tight with each other, otherwise they will. Okay, so I'm going to move that off, because this is the mistake I make every time I leave my frame holder on there. Oh dear, two stuck together. So I may even remove the stalls. If we have any, which we don't really. Okay. So what we do is shake some of these bees off onto this top box before we put it back on, just to get some bees up into there. May even do a little change around. Let's get one of these up into here. Try and entice them up. So what I've done is I've taken a frame of comb out, put it in. We've shaken some bees off onto there. Like so. Just to get them potentially up here. come. Get the crown board on that. So try and get these bees to come up is the plan. I could, no I couldn't. I mean I could stick some sugar syrup on this just to try and entice them up, and start combing them and frames out. You know, I feel I need to do something to try and get them on the go. But all in all, it's not so bad. So that was successful. I'm going to do these videos in a part 1 and a part 2 because it's just too much for me to upload onto YouTube, and it gets a little bit boring once you're trying to watch too much. So we went in there. I'm slightly confused as to why they're not going up. They've got the room to come up into that super at the top there, but they all seem to be staying down below for some reason. I need to get them up because it is rammed with bees. We've got the brood box of super, the queen excluder, and I've put a super on there, but I've not touched it, not even touched it, and I need to get them bees up. So we're going to work out a way what to do with that. I'm toying with the idea of putting some sugar syrup up there. They need to comb them ones out anyway. So, you know, once they start combing it out and it entices them up, we just then stop it. So I might go with that for the minute. It's not going to do no harm. As long as we stop it at the right time, so they're not using that to then start bringing the comb out, because that potentially is going to be a honey super. So part 1, follow to see part 2 when we're going to go into this hive. Don't forget, free to subscribe, hit the like button, and I will see you in part 2.